Hey everyone, welcome back with Beano Mac, where today we're going to continue our playthrough of Plants vs. Zombies, and of course we're going to, do, section 3, level set 3, whatever the heck. We're going to do the pool level. So they're stopped attacking our front yard, as Dave is explaining here. Oh, crazy Dave, to you, that is. And now they're actually going to attack our backyard. And yep, apparently they got ladders. And how do they get those ladders? Well, there's some speculation, but I'll tell you this. It probably has something to do with, enemies that we'll face later on. So, Other way, it's kind of interesting that we just have, like, these massive shrubs in our backyard and stuff, too. Like, how do we leave this house? Where's our driveway? Do we just park on the street? Is this even a... See, this isn't even a real... this isn't reality. It's actually just, our characters' nightmares, we're in purgatory because, the game doesn't adhere to realism and stuff like that, all the weird cartoon theories that came out during the, creepypasta days of the 2010s. But yeah, we got, we're gonna put this here, I think. But now instead of 5 lanes, we actually have 6 lanes, which is pretty cool. Means we get more sun and whatnot. And I remember specifically the first early levels of the pool one, since, they wanted to ease you into it. They definitely gave you a lot more time before you even have to mess with the pool itself. Zombies usually just come through the, the grassy plains areas rather than any of the pools and stuff. It's usually like maybe right before the first wave starts in these levels where the zombies come into the pool. So they let you really build your defense outside of the pool and stuff like that. So that's something, if you play this game, just to kind of keep in mind and you pick up over the years, Like I said, I've played this game many years, so obviously, I'm got a little more inside the track and kind of knowledge type deal with that. But obviously there's other people that have like crazy strategies and things like that that work for them that I can't even dream of. That whole thing there, but just gonna take our time and build this stuff up slow, It's a very easy level, like I said, just to kind of ease us into this, and we're gonna get a little crazier later on. I gotta say, I think it's funny to me, the halfway level is just a really weird concept for me personally. You're gonna find out, but yeah, I think it's just kind of a funny one at the same time. But I don't know, it's kind of weird how it works. But interesting concept, like I said. And trying to get some of the piranhas. I know that's not what they're called. They're called chompers, but also they remind me of like piranha plants and stuff like that from Mario. But yeah, I like to I'm trying to put them out early this time, so that way you guys get to see them munch a little bit more than usual. Plus, I mean, instant kills, I mean, come on, you can't complain there. Oh, there we go, we got our first pool man. As you can tell, it's just usual guys, just they all have the duck tubes, which I love, which apparently allows them to float, which is kind of crazy because I mean, I'm sure it's because they're so light because they're dead. And I mean, look at those arms, look at those legs through the ripped jeans and stuff like that. I mean, look at how tiny those freaking bones are and stuff. They're probably like, I don't know, probably like 50 to 25 pounds, those zombies. I'm sure all the weight's in their head and hands. But, ooh, boy, that might actually pose a problem. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, we'll put this guy here to take care of some business. He'll take care of one of them. Should hopefully be enough. Oh, and we got a third guy, coming up the ranks. Ah, that's a bit dicey. Oh, man, I was kind of hoping he would take care of that cone head for me. Yeah, that poor chomper, he's dead. He's gone. But we're gonna replace him, I think. But I'm assuming, the white way of the zombies is why they you know, they're able to kind of float on those very flimsy looking rubber duck tubes. But then again, trying to apply logic to this game, it's just kind of crazy. Oh boy, wow! We got the football zombie. Alright, that level 2 doesn't matter. We're already getting serious in here. Wow. They are not messing around. I tell you what. That's actually knocking thoughts, I'm not gonna lie. But if I could be serious for 1 minute, folks, question of the day time. We're gonna go a little more generic for some of these early questions and stuff like that. Question of today. What is your favorite wildflower? I know that's kind of an interesting question, but you know, I'm trying to kind of engage with the audience a little bit more. I like the dandelions. Sunflowers are pretty cool too, and I'm not talking about this game. I don't even think this game has dandelions. I don't know if they have them in any of the sequels or anything like that, but yeah, I mean, as far as, you know, what's your favorite flower? I mean, roses are pretty good. I think they're pretty cool looking, you know, I think they're kind of like the flower of love. But I don't know, to me, like, I don't know, just they have some cool color palettes depending on the variety that you see, and I mean, what can I say? I mean, those thorns, I think they kind of add to the coolness factor of those flowers, I'm not gonna lie. Remember when I was a kid, I actually somehow managed to save a rose that was like completely separated from its roots and all this other stuff, and I just buried it back in the ground and kept watering it and taking care of it, and it probably also helped the fact that like I was a kid, so I neglected it, I'm sure, at various points, which actually somehow managed to let it come back and grow and all this other stuff. I don't know how the hell that was possible, because like I said, the roots weren't intact, but I think it died pretty quickly after the fact, but it actually kind of made a bit of a recovery, I'm not gonna lie. Tulips are also pretty beautiful in my opinion as well. So you got a lot of choices there, you know, and obviously I think a big part of it is, you know, what is local to your area. And you also got to be like, you know, a bit of a nature and an outside kind of person, which we're playing video games. I'm sure most people aren't here, but what you gonna do, brother? What you gonna do? Gee, they're already sending out the cone heads. Alright, so slow and steady and pure power. Wow. Mini games unlocked. Yup, we're gonna get to those eventually. What the hell? Alright, there we go. We got it off of us. Get it off me! But yeah, eventually we are gonna do the mini games. We're gonna do survival mode. We're gonna do the puzzle games. We're gonna do there's even like just I think like bonus mini games that like were cut from the original game that you know, they kind of bring back and stuff like that you can just play, and you know, that sounds really cool to me. You know, I'm sure they have some pretty cool concepts that, you know, they ended up bringing in. There's gonna be rest in peace mode, of course, as well, you know, where I only have one life. That sounds really awesome. And I don't know, I think also there's gonna be second run adventure mode, so there's gonna be a lot of different modes we can play through here, folks. I ain't gonna lie to you. Lots of different modes. It's gonna be a pretty long playthrough here. That said, I don't think I'm gonna do it all in you know, like one run, if that makes sense. You know, I'm probably gonna skip it out, you know, especially the adventure modes. I'm probably just gonna stick with you know, I'm probably gonna do it like an adventure mode and maybe some you know, some mini games for survival or something like that. Maybe do adventure second run at a later date, and then, you know, rest in peace run and another date, you know, after that and stuff like that. You get the idea. Because this is a very, very replayable. It's honestly one of the most replayable games I've ever played personally. And on top of that, there's just so much to it, and this game adds so much more to what was already there. You know, the replanted version adds so much more to what was already there. Cloudy levels, I've never even played those. I'm curious as to see what that really entails. So it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. Ooh, I didn't even notice the newspaper zombies. I think the one thing that's kind of, I don't want to say it's disappointing, it's just kind of like, I guess I'll say a lack of opportunity, or not taking an opportunity, is they don't really have any zombies that can just kind of like make sense at the nighttime, right? That use specific nighttime abilities, right? I think the disco zombies mostly only appear in that night level. But, you know, it'd be cool if there was somehow, like, a zombie that could take advantage of the fact that it was night and be stronger during night. Which, once again, I don't know. I haven't played any of the sequels. I'm probably not going to ever play those sequels. The second one doesn't look bad. But it just kind of makes me wonder, you know, if they've ever created anything like that before. Ah, jeez, I was hoping to kill him before he got there. Oh, boy. Alright, are they going to be able to take out that footballer? They should be able to. But man, like his helmet... Oh, there it goes. We got him. Alright. See what they got. And as you can see also, I mean, I'm probably talking about things that don't even really need to be mentioned, but, you know, the thing like how they had the graves that the zombies rose up from at the nighttime levels, now in this game they have it to where, like, they can just rise up randomly from the pool, which I think is pretty cool. But it kind of works in the same exact way. Like, I'm sure it's just kind of like they have, like, whatever data they had for the graves and the nighttime levels, but, like, this time... what, you know, it's just you can't do anything about it. Like, I'm sure, like, there's no way, like, they can just spawn, you know, past, like, the squash or anything like that. I think usually, like, the walnuts where they're placed, like, that's their actual limit of where they can spawn, so. But, I don't know, I can't remember exactly. It's been way too long since I played. Alright, so. I'm gonna stick with this strategy here. And we're gonna try and fit in the 3-peaters. It's just, man, even during daytime, they just cost so much. You know, 325, 200 is quite a bit for the repeaters. But obviously, as you've seen, it's doable. But man, you know, with the 325 that it takes for the 3-peaters, yeah, it's actually pretty crazy. It makes sense. I'm not saying that it's flawed logic, it's just it's very tough to kind of get there, you know. But we'll get there, you know. Just gotta keep going. It's just a lot of time the levels, like I said, I like things to be neat and orderly and make sense and follow a pattern, and you know, you can't really get too many of these fellas in, you know, within the time, you know, the time frame of you know, the levels, you know. You just don't get enough sun, unless if I were to take out 2 columns, and I'm sorry, I'm just not willing to make that sacrifice, you know? But there is a plant later on that we can get that allows us to essentially get double the sun without having to, you know, sacrifice room. And it's probably one of the best plants, in my opinion, in the entire game. Alright, so we're just gonna have to stock up our artillery, you know. Just get our basic things going here, and then, I don't know, hopefully, the 3-peater I definitely am gonna try and show off during this level. I'm trying to show off, like, the majority of the new plants whenever I get them, but, the 3-peater is actually pretty strong, very OP. I think there's even, like, in my opinion, a much better plant that kind of serves a very similar purpose to it that we'll get later on, that I think is just kind of better in almost, kind of, virtually almost every other kind of way. But we'll see. We'll see. But I don't know. It's interesting. I think that they even call it like the 3-peater because it's not actually like a repeater where it shoots 3 in a row. It's it covers multiple lanes, you know, 3 different lanes, which I think I've talked about in a previous video, but you'll be able to actually see it in action in this video here. But I just want to make sure, you know, that people are covered here. Which honestly, now I'm thinking about, I probably could have just put, like, you know, the 3 Peters down there. The best position to put them in, as far as the pool levels go, is probably, you know, like, the ones right next to the pool lanes, because then you can have all 3, you know, taken, no problem. Man, I swear my cat knows exactly what she's doing. Whenever I, yeah, we're actually gonna put it in the pool right now. It's just speaking to me in the pool. But whenever I'm recording videos or voiceovers or anything like that, I swear to God, my cat, like one of them, knows what she's doing, and she just always intentionally messes with like the computer and stuff like that, you know? She can't just sit back and relax and hang out with me or anything like that. She needs the attention, all the attention, and she will literally essentially attack my computer. I've literally lost multiple keys. I don't have a delete key anymore. I don't have a... Jeez, I don't even remember what's next to the Windows key. And I don't have the V key. Because my cat just attacks my computer. Literally bites the edges, everything like that. It's insane. But as you can see, it's a pretty cool, powerful plant. Oh boy, I didn't even realize we have the Snorkel Zombies, but that's pretty cool because, you know, obviously you just fix that, because you can't hit them with, you know, if they're like ducked down like that, as you can see, but they are very, weak when it comes to walnuts, you know, that's their weakness, per se. But there's also another weakness, like there's another kind of plant type that's like a shooter, but they're not pea shooters. And, you know, they're actually kind of like, there's a lot of like hidden weaknesses and stuff like that, and bonuses of certain plants that you don't really think about. But like then, you know, if you apply, you know, you experiment a little bit, you kind of find out some secrets of the game, which is really cool. Which I'll try not to spoil things. Jeez, I gotta watch my cat this whole time to make sure she doesn't freaking pause the recording. Good lord, she just randomly puts her paws on there. Like, she knows, she does it slowly and everything. It's crazy, man, I swear. Ugh. So irritating sometimes. Man, look at all those balls on screen at once. It's also a really super convenient power up with the walnuts that we can buy later on, but we gotta unlock the shop first, and you gotta do. I think you even have to beat like the adventure mode to get access to the majority of the things in the shop. But the shop has some of the best things you can get in the game. All right, let's see what you guys got. It's always funny to me. I'm like, there's sometimes where like I see the people in the pool coming, and then I look over. I'm like, wait, where's everybody else? Not on the lawn, and then I just see, oh yeah, the frozen peas. But we're gonna also get a new type of attack that we can use. I guess I can't really explain it. It's like a new technique that we can use. Oh, I thought it was gonna be this level, but I guess it's not. Maybe it's gonna be next level. But you get it in the pool levels. And let's just say we're gonna have a backyard barbecue pretty soon. So I think it's actually gonna be next episode. You know, it's what we're gonna have to deal with, but that said, I think we still have, you know, one more plant that we're gonna get after beating this level before we move on to, you know, like before we check out what's going on next episode and stuff like that. Or maybe I got that wrong. Let's see. Man, it's kind of a weird and annoying. I don't understand why this game makes it to where like you have to wait for the zombies to show up to see that like wave marker. Let's see, 3-4. Yeah, so never mind. I mean, we're gonna see it on not this level, but next level. What you know, opportunities we're presented with as far as new plants. That said, I mean, I'm kind of like a little disappointed. It wasn't I didn't unlock it already, but Tangle Kelp is, you know, awesome. You know, it's just the one-hit kill for the you know, the pool and stuff. Of course, I masterfully placed that potato mine just to extend the time as long as I can before I have to actually put anything down. Potato mines are something I kind of always used to, I guess, sleep on back in the day, but I'm kind of really enjoying what, you know, just the stalling they can attribute in this playthrough, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of have fun with it a little bit, and we're just gonna mess around with a different strategy this time. Because I'm actually trying. I'm gonna see if I can get an achievement this time, in which I end the level with 8,000 sun. Well, it's not end the level with it, but like get up to 8,000 sun in one level. Because I'm gonna try and get like all the achievements at some point on these playthroughs too, so it's just kind of nice to do. It's convenient to do it on like the first time playthrough because it does get pretty difficult. You know, in the second run and stuff like that as well. So we're gonna see if we can just get enough sunflowers and just kind of, you know, spam them and see what we can do. Oh boy, but we got the freaking pole vaulters, you know, that might actually be an issue there, especially with the running. But we're gonna try and, I used to, when I first started this channel, you know, the games, I would always try and like 100% them and stuff like that. And I kind of gave that up like halfway through because especially since I was running out of time to play these games and stuff like that. But yeah, we're gonna try and over like a period of maybe a year try and 100% this game, you know, to completion and stuff like that, which I've never done in my life, but it's kind of like, I guess you could say almost like a bucket list for me type deal, but I don't know, because we'll have to see, you know, because this is a very tough game in certain aspects. There's like, especially like mini games later on that I'm just not the greatest at. But we're gonna see. Oh boy. We're just gonna give them something to jump over. Oh boy. Come on, die, man. Die! Alright. Getting a little goofy there, but I don't know, this is a long level and we've only gotten our first wave, but man, 8,000 sun, that's gonna be a tall order, I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna see what we can deal with here. Kind of forgot about those Snorkel Zombies. We're gonna have to figure out something for them. Well, you know, the walnuts charge. Because we got the Snorkel Zombies we gotta deal with, but we also have the frickin', you know, the pole vaulters. So we can't just ignore them and have them not jump over something or else they're gonna take over. Oh, geez, maybe. Oh, man, this is actually kind of crazy. Alright, so we... boy. Yeah. Bucket heads are going to be a pretty serious problem. Alright, well, we're doing some damage to the fella with the 3. We're doing some damage. I'm trying to preserve as much sun as I can. I don't want this whole weird level to go to waste. Ah, boy. But we gotta have a defense, you know, too. We can't just lose the level because of this. Oh no, he took out the feller. I think the pole vaulter zombies are actually just a little bit stronger than regular zombies. Alright, we got something there for him. So that should take care of our problem with the pole vaulters. Uh-oh, we got the newspaper zombies. They munch fiercely. I'm kind of worried about that guy in the pool too. I mean, he ain't looking too hot, that walnut. Golly. Yeah, I feel like I need like 3 of the pea shooters and stuff, but I don't know. Maybe it's oh no. Okay. Well, that recharged just in time. Man, I'm not even halfway there. That's insane. Yeah, spend sun to make sun, I guess, right? Man, how many sunflowers do we already have? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and I'm still barely halfway there. Oh my lord. These guys just keep breaking through my defenses. Alright, yeah, we got the Tango Kelp. It was not a good idea to put those right at the end. But I don't know, as soon as we hit that 8,000 achievement, we can start getting rid of some of this nonsense and we can actually start spending the sun. So it's just kind of getting there. And then we can kind of deal with what we gotta deal with after the fact. But I'm getting a little nervous, folks. I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a little nervous here. These buckethead zombies are killing me. Oh boy, we keep getting just enough of a charge to get them back, but it's still not very pleasant. You know, we're kind of getting off by the skin of our teeth here with these. Getting by the skin of our teeth here, folks. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, God. Gee. Alright, we gotta get him with like an instant death or something like that, but I don't want him to tear through, and I don't have the squash readily available. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on, please. Alright, 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 alright. We'll put him right here. We'll put him right here. Okay, alright. Oh, boy. Alright, well, we're almost there. We're almost there. So I think we can, you know, afford to kind of spend a little bit extra. But we're getting... but we're kind of close to the wave, I feel like. We're kind of close to the final wave. And we need walnuts. Oh, boy. And they're breaking through the defenses up on top. There's only so much I can do, folks. Only so much I can do. Oh my god, and he broke through. Oh no. Oh. Oh god. Alright, 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 alright. Come on. Take him out, buddy. Take him out. Oh jeez, what am I gonna do? Okay, we're so close. Alright, 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 alright. We did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. Or maybe I had to finish the level with... Alright, well, either way, I mean, even if they just freaking... I think kind of like a little bit of the flaw of this game that kind of makes it a little easy is once you make it to the final wave, as long as you have all your lawnmowers intact, you win. Like, you just automatically win. Because, you know, obviously they'll go down the whole line. I mean, right now, we don't have, like, the special ones for the pools, but, you know, so it only hits, like, the first guy. But that said, ooh, alright. There we go, the shop. We're gonna fix that. We're gonna rectify that now. But, you know, the lawnmowers, they just hit the, you know, the first people. And as you can see, we got the pool cleaners now. But yeah, here's the weird level in the middle that we've got. Is, yeah, as you can tell, you know, we gotta protect our shins because they're all many. But once again, I mean, I think they even have a mini game of this where you get to choose your own plants. It's not really that much of a big deal, but yeah, we're gonna I think they just take like less damage and stuff. And yeah, that was the rake. I kind of forgot that there was gonna be the special level, so I wasted a rake. But pretty much the rake, the first zombie, always comes and they always step on that rake. So it's essentially just like a really cheap item. It's only 200 coins, and that is extremely cheap. Trust me. And you can just use that, and it gives you like probably like 30 seconds extra, maybe even more than that, to just prepare your lawn defenses. And it's a really handy, helpful item. I'm probably not going to use it too much, though, just because, you know, I don't want to rely on it too much, and obviously, you know, it makes the thing too easy, in my opinion. Alright, come on. You gotta give me something here, folks. Come on. You can't just have me, go out here with no freaking pea shooters. I mean, come on. This is getting ridiculous. There we go. It's a little bit of a goofy level concept, but I actually do like it. I think it's kind of I just think it's funny. Yeah, see, I will just... and they kind of give you all these different, you know, cherry bombs, so that just kind of makes it easy. Honestly, I have to wonder, there's like an explosion, like when we use explosive plants or whatever to win, you know, level. I probably could have just done that with all the freaking cherry bombs they give you. That said, I mean, I probably would have backed up the conveyor belt with, you know, pea shooters at some point, but then again, I feel like I haven't gotten that many. Man, they kind of tear through these walnuts pretty quick, too. So I think for, you know, like, you know, how weak they are compared to how they usually are, they trade it in for speed. Alright, this is going pretty smoothly. Yeah, I mean, I just, I think I won already. Then again, I don't know, I don't have too many, defenses on the, you know, outside of the pool, but that pool, there ain't no way you can pass anything on these pools. It just ain't happening. Man, give me all these lily pads, man. I just have to keep putting them down so they don't destroy the frickin', they don't back up the compactor. But yeah, I pretty much won just now because I got all these cherry bombs, so there ain't nothing they can do about it. Well, that said, folks, thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Check out next week's episode on Miscellaneous Monday, but above all else, please remember to have a nice day.